Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Good morning to me. This is one of two vlogs that I am doing for my 10th anniversary on YouTube, which is the 8th of June. Hopefully this is out on the 8th of June, that is the plan, but who knows what happens in life. And for this vlog, I am going to read 10 books at least, where that is recommended by you guys. I made a community post and asked for books you wanted me to read, and we are starting a vlog for 10 books of books you wanted me to read. And see, I have some plans on Friday and see like if we get some other like footage in there when I go on adventures then. Before we start, I just want to say thank you for all your support over 10 years. That is a long time to do YouTube. I started YouTube when I was 18 and now I am 28. So like when I started, I was finishing up high school, as we would call it high school here in Norway. And I was going to start like uni over the summer because like I started in June, right? And I thought my life would be very different 10 years later, but here we are. So it's really like weird because I just finished all my schooling. Like I'm finishing now in June. And I'm like done with uni and all that. I have my like master degree in something I never thought I would have it in. And I actually got my first like full-time job, which I'm starting in July. So like YouTube had to just basically be my companion through all of my school years, which is very ironic because I just consider this in the second. And I'm going to continue, obviously. We shall see how well I do with a full-time job. But we are starting today. I am actually going to go to work today, and I'm gonna like my other, not the new job, but my other job that I need to finish up, and I will be gone all day. Like it is like from 12 to 7, so it's very little time to read, but I will read some when I get home, hopefully. My first read I picked, or I have not picked it, but I picked it off the things that I got suggested, is the Pachinko Parlor by Elisa Shua Rusapin. This is the same author as Winter in Show, which I read, and I enjoyed it, but it was a weird book. But then I still wanted to read this one. This was suggested by Delia, so thank you so much to Delia for that. And I shall read it. I will let you know what I think. It's a really short one, so we enjoy that, and I will probably finish it today. I just have lots of other things I also need to do, so life is good, life is good. Also this morning, I woke up with a package at my door. They have the address on both sides of the package, and I'm like, why did you do this? But it is here, and I think it's from one of you guys because it's not something I bought. Oh, putting you down a bit, and then we shall see. It says on the package actually what it is, which is kind of rude of Amazon, to be honest. But what? So it is, as you can see, the Kawagawa Food Detectives by Hisashi Kashiwai. And I did buy the second book on my birthday because I could see that it was on its way. Very excited because this series looks so cute. I'm very excited to read it. Who's it from? I assume there says on a note. Oh, happy birthday, Sandra. Wishing you a full of happiness and lots of books from Delia. If this is the same Delia, because obviously several people can have the same name, that suggested the Pachinko Parlor, and then I get this gift from Delia now, that would have been insane, because that is totally random. I did not know like that was the case. If in that case, unless it's two different Delias, then it's still amazing that I picked a recommendation from a Delia, or if it's the same one, I don't know. But if it is, thank you for both. If it's not, thank you, different Delias. I don't know, people can have the same name. Very excited to read this, but I'm gonna read this, and then I'm gonna keep this note in here. And this will be the first book of my next haul, because I already filmed the haul that is coming tomorrow, so long before you see this. And now I need to go to work, which is frankly very rude, because I would just want to read. Let's go. Hello, it's now later, even though we are in the same spot, and I realize it looks really, really dark for some reason, but it is later. I'm soon going to bed, but I'm still going to read a bit more. But I did finish the Pachinko Parlor. It was a very short book, so it didn't take that long to read when I come home from work. I think the author writes originally in French. I think I checked this when I read Winter in Show, and the author is from like Korean descent, or grandpa's is Korean maybe. What is the like original language? Yes, it is originally published in French. It says in the back, and in this one we follow a young woman who is with her grandparents in Japan for the summer. She then has like these tutor lessons with this young Japanese girl, and then her grandparents has been living in Japan for a long time, where they ran to Japan, they ran away to Japan, but they were originally from Korea. And then they talk about like how like there's a lot about like the relationship between Korea and Japan, etc. And then like our main character is like from Switzerland, and I do believe that is where, or one of the places that the author has grown up. I want to read about the author because I do think the author has an interesting background. Yeah, was born in France in 1992, raised in Paris, Seoul, and Switzerland. So she has like also different background, etc. And it is written in a very like, the writing is in a way very poetic. And I do believe like there's probably like, I think I enjoyed this much more than the first one. It's definitely like the kind of weirdness and atmosphere of like a translated book that is set in Japan, etc. But it's also very interesting to me because usually the books that I read that are set in Japan and are translated is usually translated from Japanese or from Korean, because I do have read a couple of books set in Korea as well, translated from Korean. But this one is translated from French, and I just think that is an interesting like thing that is also similar. So I enjoyed that a lot of the story. I liked the atmosphere. I liked how you also think about where she's from, the background for like her grandparents, their history, as well as where she is now this summer, and the people she meets, etc. So I really enjoyed it. It was already on my TBR, and some of the books in this vlog is not on my TBR, and I have like borrowed them, as you will see with the next book now. There will be different things, but I was already interested in this one, and this one was kind of what I expected from Winter and Shark Show, which was that was weird to me in a different way, but I still enjoyed it a bit for what it was. But like I think I gave that a 3, and I would give this a 4. So it was very enjoyable. I feel like it's hard to describe such a short fiction book, but you kind of just need to go with the vibes. And now we have the next one. I just realized I forgot my phone all the way over here. And the next one is a recommendation from Matis. I just need to get up the comments because it said very specifically, mention of Hugo Cabret must be read physically or ebook work, I guess. So I don't own this, and I am trying to not like buy things just for the sake of buying them, but my library had it. So here it is, a mention of Hugo Cabret. I only booked it like, what was it? Before the weekend. It's Monday today, so like it was available. I saw it was available, etc. I could have read the ebook, but as it is like more of a graphic novel, I do prefer reading it physically. It is by Brian Selznick, and I have seen it in shelves in the library, etc. I know that we had it like in Norwegian in the like library I work in, but like I ordered it from the main library to get it in English. I do believe, is it in English originally? It doesn't say. But it is like a bit of an older book. It says first edition 2007. But the edition I got, by the way, is like falling apart. Wait, I'm gonna show you. Because like there was the only copy the library had. It's not like I chose this, but look, like the back. Look at that. It's falling out of its like thing. So I need to read it very carefully. But it's like a lot of art like this. And I do believe I can read it tonight because like it is text, but not a lot. It's mostly art. Like sometimes there's text. And as I said, I heard about it before, so I should read it now tonight. Maybe it's very thick, so I should also go to bed soon because we need to wake early. We shall see if I actually read it tonight. I'm undecided now, but let's go. Thank you for a recommendation and also use of my library. Love that for me. All my vlogs are just here now because this is literally where I live constantly recently, not in my library. And I just edited another vlog, and I was like, I'm literally here the whole vlog, and it's hilarious. But yesterday I did finish The Invention of Hugo Cabret, and it is, as I said, told in illustrations and text. Like some have text like this, but like they don't fill the whole page of text, so they could have saved a lot of space. And then there's like pictures on other pages as well. It's like a really quick read, even though it's like over 500 pages. It's not read as a 500-page book. It tells the story of Hugo, who lives inside the walls of the train station, where he fixed like the clocks and stuff in the train station in Paris, because his uncle has gone missing, and people think that it is still the uncle fixing the clocks because they don't know he's missing. And then he has this like autonomous machine thing that has like clockwork inside of him that he's trying to fix after his father passed away. And there's like answers to this in this old man that is trying to help him, but then also super grumpy and mean to him. But then it's more about like found family and friendship than anything else. and the magic of, I was going to say, not love, but history and arts, etc. And it was told in a special way through the illustrations, as well as like the text is very, you know, it's not a lot of text. Some pages had full text, but most of it had not. Like there were pages where it was like text like this, and then the next page is not. It's super weird. Like it's just like filling half the page. So they could have definitely saved a lot of paper if they didn't like print it like that. And it's over 500 pages, but it does not read as a 500-page book because obviously there were lots of illustrations as well. In a way, not completely, but in a way the illustrations fulfill the story a lot and kind of what the story is about. Like there's more meaningful illustrations if you think about it like that. And I do think that the story itself is very nice. As I said, it's about found family, which is a soft spot for me. And it's about a little boy who is scared and doesn't have anyone, has been trying to survive alone for months. And I did enjoy it. It's not like I would go out, I think, and buy a physical copy, but it's definitely a story that I think was heartwarming and was good. So I'm giving it a 4. And I think I would just return this to the library today because I'm going back today. And like usually I maybe keep them for like to hold them up in the end of the video, but there's so many I'm going to read here that I don't have physically anyways. It doesn't really matter. So I just like borrowed the book for like one day, but I did read it. And it was enjoyable, and it is, as I said, it is literally falling apart. But I did read it. It was an enjoyable read, as I said. And now we can start our third book for this challenge, Gigi's Barking. Also today we woke up like 7:30 because the new washing machine, because we had to buy a new one, was going to come at 8. Or between 8 and 1, but you never know when they're actually coming. It's over 1 now and they are delayed, but then I've been awake for all these hours. And the only thing I've been doing is editing this video, and I'm still not done. Like, that's insane. Gigi's barking a lot. Next book I'm going to read was suggested by Mariana after even asking where they could see my TBR. So I even sent like a link, which was fun. And Mariana picked out Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies by Heather Fawcett. This was in a Fairyloot adult, I think, and I skipped it, and I hope then, of course, that I don't love it. I'm joking. I do hope I enjoy it because I heard amazing things about it. I don't know why I skipped it at the time. I just didn't think it was interesting, and now I'm like, what if I love it? And then I could have had a super pretty Fairyloot copy. But yeah, I owned it for a while because I heard so many incredible things about it, so I bought it later at the time. Obviously, I saved money in a way because I bought the paperback instead of their Fairyloot exclusive. And I owned it for a little while. I mean, a little while. I think I bought it last year, maybe, or year before. Time goes really fast. So I'm gonna read that today. I'm hopeful to read another one as well, but we shall see. So I will let you know what I think when I read it. I need to go to work really soon, but I'm gonna read it on the subway. So yay. Hello. So I lied a bit earlier when I said I was gonna read Emily Wilde's because I realized I could read a manga, and I was planning to just read on my list. But then I realized that one of the picks from Sarah was A Man and His Cat, Volume 1, which is a series that Sarah has wanted me to read for a long time. And I just been putting it off because I'm in so many manga series and I didn't want to start a new one. And I also knew that this mostly is about a man and his cat, and I knew that I was probably going to cry. I don't like to read things that is purposely made to make you cry, but I still obviously knew it was going to be a good story. But I ordered in A Man and His Cat when Sarah wrote a comment, but that is probably not arriving until next week. And the vlog is not going up until like some days after. So it would have been fine to like have it next week, etc. because I can take a pause of this vlog if I'm waiting for books. But I saw that my local library has it in. So while I'm still want my copy because I do want to own a manga I read, I went ahead and got it. And I actually booked it for the library I work in. But then, because it's like bank holidays right now, it wouldn't arrive maybe in time for the weekend. And I just wanted to read it today. And I could just like stop by this other library on my way to work. It's just like kind of had to like, go off the tram and then go on the tram again and the whole thing. But it took like literally 2 minutes. So I fixed it and I went and got A Man and His Cat, Volume 1 by Umi Sakurai. And as I said, I actually have now also ordered Volume 2 for myself because since I read Volume 1, I need Volume 2. And then I will probably put it on my list because I was considering not, since my list is very long. But then I realized if I don't, I would probably be a really long time until I get to read the next one and I need to reread the first one. And I also think that is silly when I just read it. So I have also bought Volume 2 so it can go on my list when I get it. And I already read it. I just read it now, and then I can now read Emily Wilde. I'm also very tired because right after I updated this vlog, the washing machine did arrive, but like we waited for a really long time and I woke up very early. And then obviously I've been to work, etc. So I am very sleepy because I woke up very early. And a man is, and his cat was, as predicted, about a man who gets a cat that he buys in a pet shop. And it's like a bit of an older cat, it's not a kitty. And the cat just wants love, and the man is suddenly like happy after he had not been for a while. And it seems like he thinks a lot about his wife. That's he thinks about wanted a pet at a point, but now he's alone. And then there's also like the talk about a funeral, so I assume that she's dead, but there hasn't like been the full story of how she died. And it did make me upset, and I kind of want to cry. I didn't tear up, but I could feel like it pressed behind my eyelids, and I'm like, no, go away feelings. He also talks of having children, but he seems very lonely. I wonder if there's some kind of like plot twist that comes later where the children are dead. I don't know this, but I'm just wondering if like it's obvious the wife is dead, but maybe the children are also dead. Maybe it's like an accident. But I'm not sure. Like, I was gonna say he seems old, but not like super old, because if you look at like the colored version of him, since inside is obviously black and white, doesn't have like gray hair and stuff, so maybe he's not that old. Because now I was thinking for some reason that his children was small, but then now I'm unsure if he has children. So like now maybe the children are dead, or maybe just live somewhere else and they will come and visit and see that he's happier. The whole point is that he seems to have been lonely for a while, and now he is not lonely. He has someone that waits for him when he comes home from work. And then we also get a point of view of both him and the cat, and it switches between them and also other characters around them. And it's very, very sweet. It's made to make you feel sweet, but it's also many volumes. I mean, like, I feel like a thing like this could be short, like it could be 4 volumes, but it's literally set up to, I think I checked, it's like 12 or 11 volumes at least. I don't remember, maybe more. So like, how many things can happen? And I guess that means that none of them dies, because obviously in a story like this, it is, I feel like, expected that either the cat or the owner dies. I would be sad if that is how it ends. And that is also one of the reasons that I took so long to read it, even though I was planning to read it eventually. But I just like, I feel like that is often the endings in the story like that. And while I can read it and enjoy it, it makes me so sad that sometimes I just like avoid it until I kind of feel like in a certain mood for it. But now I started, it was very sweet, as I thought it would be, and I enjoyed it a lot. And that was my manga. It's not even a manga I owned, I just went about it, and it's, my copy will come later, I think, as I said, next week. Okay, now I'm gonna go and read Emily Wilde, but also my eyes stink because I'm so tired, so we shall see how it goes. Hello, it is the next morning. I have started Emily Wilde, but I didn't actually finish it like I said I would. I lied to you, because it was a very slow read, and I came to only page 120, and then I was very tired because I woke up early, as I said, to wait for the washing machine. I am very much enjoying it though. It follows Emily Wilde, who is not good with people, etc. She is a professor, and she goes up in the north to like a northern, I would say, Icelandic / Norway inspired place. It's like wintry and cold. She's there to investigate into the wild folks there. She's writing an Encyclopedia of Fairies. And then this dude that she knows also comes up to join her. It is wintry, it is cold. We're doing just like investigations and like scientific research. It reminds me a lot of, what's it called? Marie Brennan, A History of Dragons, A Natural History of Dragons. That was so good. Lady Trent, so good. It reminds me so much, and it reminiscent of that series, and I thoroughly enjoyed that so much, and I miss it a lot, and I want to reread. So going into this, it's exactly like that. They're actually very similar, except like the Natural History of Dragons take a lot of up issues of being a woman scientist, but this is not that much in focus here. It is cozy, it is wintry right now, and I do wonder how it will go. I'm very sad now that I skipped, because obviously I did skip it before I knew what it was. I just looked at it, was like, that looks boring. And now I don't have the nice editions. But here we are. I can regret my choices now. But yeah, I will obviously try to finish it today. It is, as I said, 120 pages in. And it's like, oh, it's a short book. It's like 300 pages, so like I have less than 200 left, but it was a slow read. But then I'm hoping to read 2 more books for this vlog today, because I am like behind where I want to be in my schedule in my head. But I don't think that's gonna happen now, so we shall see of how it goes. Also, yesterday I did get my Illumicrate, and I didn't open it with you because I just forgot I got it because it was lying somewhere else, and I was like, well, we need to open it together today. If I can find a scissor. I do think it's just a monthly book, but I'm very excited for it. So let's see. Yeah. Is it? It is. Let's see. This is probably very noisy. So it is A Song for the Legend Lost by M.H. Indi. I didn't skip this because I heard it was really good. This is a very interesting different cover than the original one, but we have this one. And we have really cool edges. Do enjoy that, obviously. And then, ooh, that is some interesting art. And it is also sexy on the naked. I am excited to read it because I heard good things. So I shall try to read it soon. I actually have a hold on Libby for the audio, so I should try to get to that when it comes in a few weeks. And I am excited. This is a very interesting edition. I don't even know if I like this cover more than like the original one. It does not have any reverse stuff. Oh, but it is different art on the other side. Because I did really enjoy the original cover, but it's still a cool edition. Now I can't decide. So I'm gonna go and read today. I also need to edit. I have the day off, so wish me good luck for the day. Yay! It is much later, but I did eventually finish Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I was planning to read 2 books today, at least, and I only read this. I'm gonna start another one, but I don't think I will finish it before I need to sleep, because I need to go to bed a bit early, since I have early work. It is, as I said, we are in the mountains. We are investigating this like village that has encounters with the Fae, or small folk, or whatever. There's different kinds of creatures. And the story with the wolves from there. I do think it really captured a really good cozy feeling and a good, like, what can I even say, atmosphere of like being a scientist, as I said, and like taking notes and writing this book and really like caring for science and a bit of the antisocialness. But sometimes when we have like a very like smart antisocial character, I feel like the tropes becomes a bit much and I start like not liking the story, but I feel like that wasn't the case here. I feel like it was exactly the perfect balance of her and also like the person that shows off, etc. It was really, really good. Then as we went further into the story, it's not like I disliked it, but I just liked it a bit less because of like, it kind of lost me a bit. It became lost in some events that was happening. And I was just like, what is going on right now? It's not like I didn't know what was going on, but I felt like it was very like a birth and then suddenly that wrapped up and then we were done with the story. And I just felt like we could have settled more in that. Like, it is a 300-page book. And I feel like we could have literally spent just like 10 to 15 more pages on that part. And I feel like the story would have been much better. I did debate giving it a 5 at a point because I was just like, I'm truly loving this. And that's what I thought. But because of like the bit a birth ending and like how I felt like it was still super, super good, solid, really good writing, good characters and all that, and good world. And the way the story's approached, I really do enjoy it. But again, like, the plot came a bit like jumbled there in the end, and I get why, etc. But I just felt like I wanted a bit more there in the end there. It's giving a very, very strong 4. I'm definitely going to go and buy the sequel tomorrow. And yes, I have so many regrets of skipping, but whatever, such is life. Now at least have cute paperbacks or something. Tomorrow I'm going on a bit of like a shopping thing, so we might have some like bookstore content in here, but like the last bookstore vlog I did will be in the same store, so it's not like a big difference, but we at least like going out to eat and stuff, so I will try to film some of it. I will do my best. And I am starting another book before going to bed, so obviously the next one suggested by one of you guys. And the one we have is from Cecilia, my love, which is Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon, which seems to be like a woman thing. Like, look at the cover. It is on Kindle Limited, so no money has been spent. And I am a bit excited, a bit nervous, because obviously I expect some sexiness and like just a fun romance, but obviously it can also go in a way where I'm like, this is too cliche or something, so we shall see if I really enjoy it. But Cecilia said it was a good time, so I trust her tastes a lot. So yeah, I'm gonna start this tonight, but I doubt I will finish it because I need to go to bed in like 40 minutes maybe, which is not a long time until. So see you then tomorrow probably. Hello, it's now later, as you can see, and I'm home and all that. I have been trying to just get out this video tonight, and I'm struggling. And I have not read anything. I don't think I will, because I need to go to bed soon. And the only thing I did today is listen to my audio. But I did get 2 packages. One was a surprise, but this one, I mean, it was kind of a surprise, but I know what it is. That's a great placement for you. So, let's open this. I think it is HACEDEMY Bride. And it is HACEDEMY Bride, volume 9. Very nice. My next read. It's so thick. The other one has been so thin. And I'm excited. I can only buy it like online. I can't like order it, I was going to say at home. I mean, it is obviously at home now. But yeah, so my other package is here. And this is a new e-reader. Let's see. Very aggressively try to open it here. So the thing is, last year I did buy myself an Onyx box, which is a great e-reader because you can use all apps in it instead of like being locked into one system. And I've been enjoying my Onyx box a lot over like the past year, but then I got like the Wi-Fi issues on it. So I returned it. They said I could either repair it or like I would get my money back. I got my money back and I bought Onyx box 2. I have the Palma, which is the font size edition, and it is 2 on the thing. You can see that very badly, but it's like 2 on the cover because it is number 2. Because as I had to return the other one, as I said, and I got a new one, I thought, well, then we're upgrading to the 2. And I don't know what the problems was, but it was like Wi-Fi issues and it was annoying me so much and I got really angry and Erica got scared of me. So now, hopefully that will happen. And I thought for sure it wouldn't arrive before I'm leaving for my travels next week, but it was. What a nice surprise that they arrived tonight. And I need to go to bed soon and I want to set this up now. And then also I need to fix this video. So, and I haven't read today. So time really ran away from me today. But I still wanted to open this and I will try to set it up some now. You are in a very bad light, but we are dealing. It's fine. Ooh, it looks exactly the same as the last one. But here it is, phone size and everything. And how do I open it? Yay. Oh my god! It was not as exciting this time as the last time since it is literally the complete same thing. But it is nice. Now the Palma 2, I'm excited to set it up. I have been struggling without one. So yeah, I'm gonna go. Maybe if we go over here, you can see it better. But like, it looks like a phone. It is not a phone. Palma 2. Yay! Okay, so yesterday I did go and get some books and stuff, as you saw. I didn't get to show you yesterday because I was so tired and a bit stressed out yesterday. So it was kind of a horrible evening. And then I kind of had like not the best day either. So life. I was supposed to finish this vlog. My goal was actually yesterday, which was the 30th of May, and today is the 31st of May, to finish all the 10 books for the vlog by then. Have I? I have not, which is very bad, but we will talk about that in a second. First, I will show you the books I got yesterday. I didn't actually get that much. Like, I got 2. I mean, I did get HACEDEMY Bride you saw in the mail, but I got 2 books, one being a set, but I will show you. So, first is Emily Wilde's Map of the Other Lands, which is the sequel to Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Want to get this at once, as you know, not this cat anymore, and as we know, very much enjoyed the first one in the series, as we saw, because it was right here in this vlog, and I really want the sequel. It is cute. Like, I'm actually a bit fine having the paperbacks, because one, obviously a special edition is nice. Sorry, what was happening? The covers are the same, so it's like just the spread edges and stuff, and like, they are a bit shiny and cute. So the other thing I got, I don't even know how to show you because I kind of need 2 hands for it. But I've been having my eye on this, and my plan was to buy it actually in 2 weeks. But then I just got it yesterday because I got it in where we were. And that is, sorry for the noise of the receipts. Ooh, it is the Sherlock Holmes set from some place. It has like an old name, the place I bought it. I can't even find it. But I just bought a set like this, with all the Jane Austen novels, and this is the Sherlock Holmes set. I also wanted like all of the Sherlock Holmes books. I hope this is all of them. It says the complete illustrated Sherlock Holmes. Yes, it's Wordsworth Classics, and it's very cheap to get 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it? 6 books, and for like the price of this, it's very cute and cheap. And I know it's a bit insane to buy 6 books, but like seriously, the price was like totally worth it. And I do think the paperbacks are cute. These are a bit like more mysterious and dark than the Austen ones were. I'm going to show you all of them. Oops, I forgot to say the title. So this is The Adventures and Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes. Again, always wanted to read them and own them. And I don't actually have other copies by this, while Austen ones I do have some other copies of. And then the Best of Sherlock Holmes. Excited. I'm showing you badly. These are again darker, but I still think there are enough. Casebook of Sherlock Holmes. I need to check out the order obviously before I start. And then the Baskervilles and the Valley of Fear. Love. And then we have The Return of Sherlock Holmes. And last but not least, we have A Study in Scarlet. And The Sign of the Four, which is again, I hope all of them, and always wanted to read them, etc. Do love the show, but probably the books are very different. And now I have a full set, which was very worth it. I was, as I said, planning to write it in 2 weeks, but then I just got it yesterday. And that is kind of the 2 books a lot. Obviously, one of them is not actually 2 books, it is 6. So I got 7 books and then the manga. And now I'm going to swear I'm going to stop shopping. I'm totally lying, because on Monday, we are on Saturday. On Monday, I'm going to Oslo to buy more books in Oslo. Either way, I finished Time I Got Drunk and Saved the Demon. Is that the title of the book? And I finished it. It was just like, I can't believe I used 3 days on that, because I started it not yesterday, where I only read 2 chapters, but the day before, and then I finished it today. And this day is soon over, because again, it's been a weird day. And that's the only thing I read today, and I can't believe I used that long on it. But it was basically just a romance. As I said, like, it wasn't spectacular, but it wasn't bad either. It is really, as it says, she says the demon, they go on this quest together and they fall in love. I think it was very abrupt and look, not a lot of development, and like obviously not a lot of plot. It's just the build up for this romance. It reminded me a bit of Ice Barbarians, but that doesn't necessarily mean it is bad, because I read 9 Ice Barbarians books. I enjoyed enough to read 9 of them. Pure entertainment, fun stuff with like them being different creatures, etc. A bit there as she is with a demon. So it's like in the same, I would say, like, sphere as that, and it is fun. Like, I'm giving it a 3 because it's just like a fun, easy time. I could read the next in the series. It's like when you want a super easy, fun book with smut in it, it's a good time. It's like you don't expect the best world building and the best, I was gonna say, plot or like things in it, but you know exactly where it's gonna go, but it's there for a good and fun time. And like, that is exactly what this gave. So the next one I was gonna read, Erica did pick out as well, because I thought I was gonna finish this and the next one here yesterday, but obviously I didn't, because here we are. And that is, if I can find the title, it is Duel with a Vampire Lord. Oops, it disappeared. A Duel with a Vampire Lord by Elisa Kova. This is Kay's pick, who had to reaffirm her pick when we were on Friends, because I already read the one she had suggested on YouTube. I'm going with this one. This was her fave in that series. She just suggested any book in the series. I haven't read a single one. I actually had How to Deal with an Elf King or something checked out on Kindle Unlimited, but I had to return it to have room for this one instead, because I had like a full TBR there, even though like literally have not read a Kindle Unlimited book in like a year, because it's been full and then I've been procrastinating it, and I was planning a whole one for it, but we shall see when that happens. So this is over 500 pages. I was just like, I need an easy read. I think it seems they might be smut in it, but I do feel like this is a different, what can I say, level of it, because like it seems a bit, I don't know how to call it. Like, the other one was fun and I enjoyed it, but it seems, what can I say, serious or whatever. Married Magic novel. Yeah, I shall read it and let you know. But again, over 500 pages. Help me, help. But I'm saying that because I just can't seem to read properly right now for some reason. But yeah, now I shall go and try to read as much possible of this before I go to bed. Yay. Hello. Now I have finally finished the next book for this blog, which was Duel with Vampire Lord, as I said, by Lisa Kova. And this one follows Florence that lives in a world where humans are being abused and under control, almost in and living in fear of vampires that come in and eat of them and controls them in fear, etc. And she now needs to make this deal with a vampire lord, while she thinks obviously she hates him and is going to eventually kill him to stop the regime. Not really regime, it's not like they're controlling in that way, it's not like they have a king that controls them, but they do live in fear of them all the time. But she can kill him and everything once and for all, because once you kill a vampire lord, all the vampires underneath him will also die. But they need to enter this deal, which I'm not going to say more about, but it makes it hard to kill him. And then also maybe everything she has learned is maybe not true. It is like, I often think about the words romantasy and fantasy romance, where like the main goal of the series is basically for them to get together, but it's still like a plot in it, like a fantasy plot. And I am still confused of like the different, like, what does romantasy mean, what does fantasy romance mean? And I definitely think that this is more focused on like the plot, etc., where we do have like the relationship as like the main thing to drive the story forward. And I'm not saying it was bad. I was actually very, very interested in seeing her learning about the world in the beginning, and then seeing this kind of unravel around her, as well as getting to know this vampire lord dude that is hot. So like, I did enjoy those parts. I just felt still that after a while, it just became a lot. I get that this is number 3 in like a series where like there's different relationship between like a human and a creature. And it's not like a smutty series. Like, it has like one like scene where they are sexually together, but it's not written out either. Even though like I think the covers looks much more smutty, not slutty, smutty than it really is. It's nothing bad that either. I think the covers are very pretty actually, but it's just like it's not on the level of like Ice Planet Barbarian trash at all, because that is focused solely on the smut. This is focused on the romance with like some kind of like fantasy plot in the background. And I don't know how to like explain the difference between like the different kinds of romance like that, but it's definitely like a secondary one, like more like in the around the themes of like maybe not Bridgerton, that's the wrong, the Brid Kingdom, etc. But I enjoyed those so much because I honestly thought they were so stupid and full of tropes, but then I ended up loving them and the characters. And here I just felt like I never really truly cared for the characters, etc. Like, I enjoyed the world and I did think it was written well. I just felt like, oh my god, this book is very long, because I do get that we are going to be done with this relationship in this book, and I do get that. So that's why we need to like have a really long book. But like when I was like nearing page 500, I was like, is this not over soon? Please, for the love of everything, just end this book already. And I would say that as a sign that I was a bit bored and wasn't completely into the story, even though like I did think it was fun to like find out about the curse and like their relationship, etc. But I was just a bit like, yeah, just get on with it. And then it was over finally. But I did, as I said, enjoy the first part a lot, like learning about stuff. I just felt like everything took really long time to get to a point in a way. Like, I'm trying to get to a point now, I guess. I'm talking about 2 different things at the same time. So yeah, I ended up giving it a 3.5. It's really weird because I feel like if it's weird to me to rate this almost as much as the last book, because like I feel like, what can I say, the quality in that is worse, but it was like more entertaining because it was shorter and easier, and it wasn't like trying to take itself so seriously in a way. And this was more serious, but I'm not saying that you should not take itself seriously either. I was just like, this is too serious. And I guess I was not feeling the mood for the stories. I don't feel like that has something to do with it. I definitely want to read more in the series. I would definitely read all of them and have different fun things about the series, because I do think the fantasy elements were good. I was just like, the story could have been stronger, you know, and the relationship could have been stronger. So we have not finished this vlog yet, and I am very behind of where I was supposed to be, but such is life. The next I am reading is Foundide by Robert Jackson Bennett. Sorry, I had to open my computer. I was going to check this. I can do it on my phone as well, but oh my god, can you just open? And I think that this is actually very funny. Actually, I'm not joking. I think actually it is funny. Colin suggested Foundide, and it's really funny because I actually ordered the whole Foundide series to myself as like one of my panic buys before I'm done in the bookstore, and it was supposed to arrive on Friday. Today's Sunday, and it will arrive tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm not home, I'm in Oslo. Because of that, I have borrowed it at the library, and it was actually like available, and usually it's like a hold on it, so that was kind of nice. So I am gonna read it now, etc. It was just funny because I had literally ordered it, and I could have showed it to you in this vlog if the mail had shown up, but they didn't. And I was just like, Colin read my mind. So yeah, I have just bought this, or like ordered the whole trilogy, so that is fun. And I will have it next week. The first book is like over 500 pages, but I am in the middle of a page challenge as well, the other 10th anniversary vlog I'm doing. So I think I should finish it tomorrow, but also I kind of also downed it, so we shall see what happens. But I will let you know what happens. I only know about Foundide is that it's the same author as The Divine Cities. It's the same author as, what's the series called? Oh god, I can only remember the title of the second book, A Drop of Corruption. Apparently, the other series, The Tainted Cup, is the first one. It's called Shadows of the Leviathan. But Foundide is called the Founders Trilogy. I don't know the plot of it, but I know everyone really, really likes it. So I'm hopeful to enjoy it too, as I enjoyed the other books by the author. And I will let you know tomorrow. Thank you so much for all the suggestions, guys. I'm liking the variant, different genres. Hello, I am now home from Oslo, and I didn't update you at all when I was there, but I literally only finished one book anyway. So I didn't finish Foundide. I had started it, but for some reason I just like keep falling asleep when I'm reading it. But that was because I was on the plane both times, and I was very tired. So I don't blame the book, I just blame myself. I read another book for this vlog, which I don't know if I showed you very well for the clip before this, but I read The Winter Garden by Alex Bell. I don't have the book anymore. This is because I borrowed at the library in Oslo, and then I read it when I was in Oslo, and then I returned it, or my friend is going to return it, because there was no point of me bringing it all back to my hometown, because I was just going to return it anyway. That was why I was trying to read it over there. And the reason I was reading it over there is because it wasn't available in my local library. It wasn't available in Libya, etc. I could have bought the ebook, but I wanted to save myself 70 NOK. And that's what I did, because then I saw they had it also. I knew I was going there, so I just borrowed it there, as I said, and read it, and then returned it. And I thought that was really smart of me. And The Winter Garden was suggested to me by, I'm gonna go and see. I haven't saved it. Very bad of me. I need to go and look. By Eve. The Winter Garden follows this woman who lives in like 1800s, and she needs to marry, which she doesn't want to, and she also had the trauma of losing her mom when she was a kid, and at the time she had hurt her tongue. She couldn't say goodbye to her mom properly, and this haunts her as she goes into her adult life. She also, right after her mom died, managed to visit this like magical garden, and she's trying to find this garden again. As she grows up, she has this other friend that marries a dude that she didn't want to marry, and she's like kind of free, but like her friend is now trapped in this terrible marriage, and they both get this chance to make a magical garden to get a wish that they want, and then maybe friendship turns on each other. And it's a lot about, like, I was gonna say abuse of women in this time, but also about like the strength of women and strength of friendship, etc., and like the magicalness of this garden. I personally didn't enjoy it as much. I thought it was a very, very long book. Like it was literally like over 500 pages, and I felt like it just took ages to get through things. And like I summarized the whole book to my friend that I was with, and like when I summarized it, it sounds super interesting and like very beautiful story, and it had like this beautiful writing. It was trying to be beautiful, but it was just so much like drag in it. I just felt like, oh my god, it's using ages to get anywhere. I felt like if we cut like 200 pages, I would enjoy the book more as a shorter, sweeter book. And I get the message of the book. I just felt it was very like typical, and you knew exactly where it was going to go. While it had like a lot of like the hinted sadness, and obviously like this friendship, etc. So I get the elements, and I get like it was nice writing, etc. And it was like magical, and oh my god, life thing. Well, the tinted sadness, as I said, but I just felt I couldn't completely fall for it, and I was a bit bored, honestly. I was just like, oh my god, is this book over soon when I was reading it? So it felt very long, but that doesn't mean I hated it. I liked it fine. I could recommend it to people. I just felt, again, it just could have been shorter, and I would have liked it much more. It was definitely a book that I probably never would have picked up if it wasn't suggested for this. And it's not like it was a terrible read. I read many, many worse things, and like the writing was fine, etc. I just also, I had one of my least favorite tropes is I have now noticed I hate reading about women trapped in marriages back in time. And I know that that is basically a lot of literature, etc. And it's important to write about, but I just like hate reading about them being trapped in this marriage, and it's always like the same thing. Because I feel like when you read one, it's always the same thing that either takes her children away, or like he locks her into a room, or like make everyone in society believe she's crazy, something like that. And it's always like abusive and terrible. And I get that that is how it was for women, and it's terrible. But I just like, I don't want to read about it. And I like, every time I read a book now with that trope, I'm just like, oh, because the whole thing is going to be about her being abused by her husband. And obviously, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to write about, and again, important and all that. I just like, I find it very boring to read about in this historical setting, because I feel like it's just the same thing over and over. That is at least how I feel about that part of the story right now. Might change later, might find it more interesting to me. And that was a huge part of the story. So that also made me not enjoy myself that much. But yeah, I rated it a 3. It is fine, etc. I'm going to try to finish Foundide today. I am like 250 pages in. I do find it interesting. I just like, I don't know, I had a hard time concentrating a lot on that flight, apparently. On both flights, they follow this young thief that lives in Foundide, basically. And she finds this artifact, which is a key that can open any doors. And a lot of people want this, and it's not after her. And I like the writing, I like the world, the characters, etc. So we shall see final thoughts soon. Hello! Now I can finally update you a bit here. I can't believe, by the way, that I was supposed to have finished all the books for this vlog. What was it, last Friday or Saturday? We are now on Saturday again, and this vlog needs to go up tomorrow, and I still have not finished all the books. So I really need to read today. I did finish, however, Foundide yesterday, and I bought it yesterday as well. As I think I mentioned when I started it, now 5 days ago, is that when this was recommended, it's just very funny that I had just ordered the whole trilogy, and yesterday I did get them. It was kind of almost unfortunate that I was reading it, because, okay, so I did enjoy it, but I didn't love it, which is a bit ironic, since like I feel like I felt the same about, for example, the Divine Cities trilogy, because I feel like I didn't love the first book, but I enjoyed them more as I read along. And I did enjoy Teddy Cop a lot, like from the get-go, but I feel like the author has evolved a lot as an author by that point. And again, I did enjoy parts of this a lot. For example, I enjoy the characters. We have this city is corrupt, right? And we were just basically trying to survive. To survive, Sancho would need to ally and every ounce of wits at her disposal, because if her unknown enemy unlocks their artifact secrets, the world and reality will never be the same. Like, because she has this magical key. Her going around to her allies, thinking smart, etc., and escaping this. And I just like, I don't know how to describe it, but I felt like I was just reading any other like thief escaping, oh my god, why do I have this artifact story? I felt like this one for me didn't differ enough to me like to completely love it and be like, oh my god, this is super original and cool. I feel like I always say that about every single thing. I'm like, why do I even speak? But it's just not like it wasn't enjoyable. It was good. It just felt a bit long right now, but that's because I had to read it over so many days, because I don't know what was happening to me. Honestly, I felt I am like, what's it called? I'm like lagging for this vlog. Because like I need to get my shit together. But at the same time, I saw like parts and the writing and like the world did expand itself, and I was enjoying myself still. I just like didn't completely like love it. I don't know how to explain, but after reading other authors' books, I didn't expect to love it completely, but I still want to read them and enjoy them. And I'm excited to read the rest of the trilogy still. But yeah, my favorite character was definitely Clef. And we shall see how I enjoy the rest. I'm giving it a 3. I also feel like maybe I felt stressed reading it because I've been reading for so long when I should have finished it ages ago. But that is just in my brain, and I feel a bit bad for the book. But, sorry. So, I need to start the next today. I do believe we have 2 left. I can't count because I thought that I had 3 left. But now it says that I have 2. The next is recommended to me by Corgi. And that is Atlasics by Olivie, not Olive, Olivie. And I have the FAES edition, as you can see, so I owned it for quite a long time since it was released. I never got to get the indie pub version. I was planning to get it once for TBR, and then I changed my mind for that TBR, so I never got that. But I do have a nice edition. I know that this is like Dark Academia. We have 6 characters, and I don't know what's happening, but it says 6 extraordinary magicians, 5 chances to win, 1 secret society. I have this whole trilogy because I, in my head, thought I was going to love them. Now I heard so many mixed things. In a way that, not that I think the book is bad, and I don't think it's like really a mixed reviews book because it's very hyped and people do love it. I just meant I heard a lot of people not loving it as well because like it's not for them, and I wonder where I will fall. But I shall start it now and I shall let you know. I am still excited because I've been on it for such a long time and it's nice to get it off my TBR. So yay, let's go. I feel like my vlog angles are not it lately, but we are dealing. It has been many hours and I have now finished Atlasics. And as I said earlier, I have heard about it before, and obviously I was curious about it and I wanted to enjoy it a lot, etc. But I was also scared because like I heard mixed things. I know a lot of people also didn't enjoy it because there was a lot of hype, etc. I can honestly say that I absolutely and completely loved it. I spent 4 hours and 50 minutes reading a 400-page book. I usually take maybe like 2 hours at least. I spent like the double amount of time reading this. I was like mesmerized, hypnotized. It's like very like, what's it gonna say, like packed text. I feel like I had to think a lot because there's 6 POVs. I had to think a lot of who the characters were and really get into them because it's truly a character-driven story. And me, as a person, I feel like I don't even love character-driven stories. I absolutely, completely love this. It follows 6 different characters with different abilities that live in a world where people know of magic. Because at first I thought that the secret society they're being recruited for, that no one knows they have magic, but like it's like a known thing, and they are trained in different things. And they've been recruited into the secret society. 6 people are recruited, but only 5 people will make it. So it's kind of a competition. And then everyone have different reasons to be there. There's very flawed characters. Some are very, very truly shitty. But then at the same time, they have like a lot of, you really go into the characters. So they have a lot of reasons to be like they are. 2 of them, for example, know each other from before and have been like rivals for like 4 years. And you, for example, expect them to go together, but then other things happen in the story. I felt like I was constantly throughout the whole story trying to think of what was going to happen next. There's very little plot because literally the whole book is a lot of like characters trying to guess each other's intentions and being together and just like trying to guess who's using who for what in a way. But then I feel like when I say that, I minimalize the impact the different characters had and like the impact the story carries at the same time. It was just written really well. I just felt like it was written smart and good and I loved it. It reminded me at times of Babel a bit, but Babel brings up many more themes of academia and like the privileges there and like I was going to say the very negative things in academia, but this is like the writing style. It's very like, I was going to say sophisticated. It fits in an academia setting because it's truly a dark academia. Like they are scholars, they are studying, they all want knowledge for different things. And it was just done so well. I don't know how to describe to you how well and how much I loved it. Like I truly did. And I feel like I'm just describing it badly, but I've been putting it off to read it for a long time, right? I've owned it for 3 years. I have the whole series. I want to read them immediately, but like as you know, I loved it. And I gave it a 5-star. And I think that if the rest of the series is in similar ways of this, if it manages to keep me on my toes to guess the character interactions, etc., and then at the same time delivering such an ending and delivering these characters so well, that like because they have like the typicalness of them, but then as you get to know them more, it was so fascinating. I also find the magic, and even though like it was definitely not focused on, I was going to say, magic and world building, you still got to know the powers intimately. And it was like a lot of like physical powers in the room at the same time with like mental powers as well. And both were used in such interesting ways. And it was dark and it was murder. And it had like, I wouldn't exactly call it a twist, but like an ending you didn't expect. And I, as I said, kind of wait to read the sequels. And again, I truly loved it, and I am giving it, again, a really strong 5, and I'm hoping to love the rest. So now I am going to start the next books for this vlog. I also did miscalculate because I said I thought I had 2 left. So Atlasics and 1 more. And in theory, I do because we're reading 10 books for this vlog. And when I read 1 more, I have read 10. But I got 11 suggestions, and I thought it would be nice to read just all 11 and just call it 10. However, we are behind. I'm posting this vlog tomorrow. But I don't have much left of the day, but if I can read those 2 today, which I will try my best, we can have 11 books in this vlog. Or we might cut it at 10 and that 1 book won't make it. But I am starting the Immortal Dark, which was suggested to me by Vish. If you see the comment, which I will put on the screen, she did suggest to me 2 books. She also suggested the Juno Dawson, which I already read, and Dead City, which I already read. I have not read Amina yet, but I do want to. But I felt more like reading Immortal Dark, so I'm just choosing that one. And I do believe it has to do with vampires. It was on my wish list as well. And I have borrowed it, so I'm gonna read it. I don't have it physically. But right now, Atlasics was just so good. I feel like nothing can compare. But what if I feel the same about another book? I just feel like I haven't loved and been that into a book in a while. Like, obviously, I love books constantly and I have fun with a lot of them, but I feel like obviously because I read so much, I rarely come upon like 1 out of 20. I feel like I love as much as I love this one. So we shall see. But yeah, I'm gonna go read and get back to you with thoughts. 144 years later, I am done with the Immortals. What was it called? I forgot the title like 4 seconds after finishing the book. The Immortal Dark, I don't know, or just Immortal Dark. And I didn't know a lot about this plot, but I had seen people read, etc. And it is a vampire book, as I said. It is black vampires as well, which is really great. The main character is black and the love interest is black. And then also, we are in this secret academic society. Lol, because we just read Atlasics. And in this one, the vampires in this world has specific rules, which is very interesting because they were like cursed by this sage. So, for example, to become a vampire, another vampire needs to sacrifice their life. So, like, they cannot overproduce, and then they cannot drink of humans unless they have entered this contract with them. And under this contract with them, you need to be part of this secret society. So, not all vampires are part of the society, but the humans outside in the world are safe from it. But our main character is a heiress in one of the like houses that exist in the society. And the houses, when you say house, it's not like it is a noble house like in Game of Thrones, but like the houses actually have personalities in a way and are alive and you are connected to the house. I don't know if you can hear that, but cat is meowing very loudly. She is heiress. They ran away when she was a kid, but now she's back because her sister's missing. She's trying to find her. So it's like a mystery with her trying to find her. And she believes that the one vampire that is left that belongs to their house, is the one that has taken her. So she goes back there and then it's just like, where is my sister? And she's trying to find her. And most of the book surrounds this, but then also like the blooming like emotions between them, but they keep like betraying each other, etc. And then also she has to go to classes and pass those, etc. to like keep this house. And she definitely does not want this vampire to have her house. And then there's a lot of secrets, etc. She has done wrong. It's a lot about mortality. That it is about mortality as well, but it's about morality and murder and what lengths you can go for someone you love. And then again, like betrayal upon betrayal, etc. I found the war very interesting with the vampires and how this society worked. I found the relationship and the characters interesting. The thing that held me back for truly loving it though, that annoyed me throughout the whole thing, is the writing. It was just very jarring for me sometimes. Like, I felt like, for example, to compare it, because I just read Atlasics, I felt like I was really like, it was like, I don't know, sophisticated writing in that one, but I was really living in it, but I was reading it slowly. This was also reading extremely slowly. I don't know if I said at the beginning of this clip, but I used like over 3 hours on it, which I feel like is such a long time. And I spent like all day reading, trying to finish this vlog, and I still have not finished it. The writing was jarring for me because I felt like sometimes I was missing information. I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like the writing was telling me, the way it was written, that I was supposed to already know this in a way. And I felt like we never got explanation for certain things in the story. I was just like, what is this? And then it did come later, so I don't know if it was done on purpose or not, but the writing annoyed me at that point. And I felt like the characters fell a bit flat through the writing. Like, for example, really big scenes were happening and very dramatic things were happening with the characters. And I just felt like writing kept it all on a distance in a way. I found myself rereading passages to be like, what actually happened in this scene? And this is me reading extremely slowly. So because of that, I felt like the writing jarred me throughout the whole story. And again, I felt like I was missing things that hadn't explained things to me well, while we were also like building this whole world that I thought was genuinely really cool, but I had to really be like, wait, what are we saying here? When did we find out about this in a way? I don't know, like I can't come up with a specific example, but I remember thinking when I was reading it, I was just missing something, and it annoyed me several times. Then like it came out with things and then I was just like, wait, what? So I don't know if it's like, if I was missing details, if I wanted more details even, but I just felt like also that the dialogue, for example, our main character starts to care a lot for other characters, and I never really feel that, like she cares a lot for her sister, and I never really like felt it. I felt like the writing didn't make me emotional, is what I'm trying to say. The story was fun and like it was fun to explore this world, and I did like it, but like in Atlasics, I really felt into the story and I really felt what everyone felt. Like that was a lot of fault in that sentence. But in that one, all the 6 different characters have different motives to be there, right? And they all have like these different backstories to them. And I really had to keep them all in my mind. And I felt like it flowed much better, it was written much better. But this, I felt like could have used some more time editing its language to make it flow better for me. And because of that, I rated it a 4, but I still had a really good time with it. I was still reading it intensely, and I want to copy, and I want to read a sequel. Or maybe I don't want to copy, because the more I think about it, I feel like I like it less, because I felt like I was so slow. Like, I felt I was reading a 600-page book, even though it was only like 400 pages. So I wish they would have been not necessarily more fast paced, but just like, I guess, more livid to make me feel more. But if it was 600 pages, just be, I don't know, more. So while I did read it for, because I was really into it and I did enjoy parts of it, while talking, I'm like, maybe it's more like a 3.5, but I want to read the sequel before making up my mind completely if I want to own it. But it was still a good time. I would recommend it. And I really liked the vampire lore and how like the character had like structured her society, especially coming from me now since I just delivered my thesis and I wrote about vampires. So like now I think more intense about vampire lore than I ever done before, and it fascinates me. But yeah, we'll definitely read the sequel. And now we have a theory, read 10 books for this vlog. I mean, they have completed it and it's going up tomorrow. So I should end it and then I should edit it. But instead we are reading 11th book, because why not? We are already so behind and we're already dying. So why not go out with style? So the last one that was recommended to me was The Diviners, which was recommended to me by, sorry, I need to log into my computer and I'm balancing my mic on my arm because I didn't bother fastening it before filming. I have full belief in me that I can edit this vlog and get it up tomorrow. It's just that I also need to do a 1400 billion other things that I'm behind on as well, but need to take one step at a time. The Diviners was recommended to me by Kirsty? Yes. So thank you so much. And then I shall read it now. I do own the fairy edition of this as well, and I do own the whole set, so heard incredible things. But now I have this feeling I won't like it. But also, Atlasics and Immortal Dark, I read super slowly and was super into them and had a good time. So there's hope, but also maybe I hope it kind of sucks so that I can read it fast, but we shall see. It is literally like 3:30 a.m. I'm about to go to bed. I did finish the Diviners. I will share thoughts tomorrow because I'm very tired. I just want to say that I finished it. And we have now completed the 11 books for this vlog, which is going up tomorrow. So then I can film a last clip tomorrow and then edit, and it will be all good. I made it in time 1 week later than I was planning to. I'm very tired, but I just want to say I did it. I set up. I had loads of regrets inside of me, but not really, because now I can just go straight into editing instead of using the whole morning reading the Diviners, because that would have taken ages and then the video would have been done very late, I feel like. And I know I have 2 live shows tomorrow, Wheel of Time and Sprints. This video will probably go up like either after Wheel of Time or like in the midst of Sprints. I haven't decided. I'm tired. See you tomorrow. Literally. Hello. So it is the next morning and we can talk a bit about Diviners by Leva Bray before I can say goodbye to you in this vlog. It is set in the 1920s in New York. We have this girl that comes to her uncle. She's gonna be there and chill, and then she gets involved with these murders that starts happening and they need to investigate into it. She needs to collab with her uncle's, like, what's gonna say, ward, and then a thief, and then she also has powers. She can touch items and see their history, their past, etc. So she uses these powers to find out the, backgrounds for the murders, and then they try to solve it. I thought it was fine. It was very long. If you think about it, it was like 600 pages long, faster than the other 2 books that I read yesterday. I mean, I did read also this yesterday, but I just felt like the atmosphere was what the book got. The plot itself and like the murder mystery, etc., wasn't like that cool. I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of the 1920s that like is the gist of the story. It says, moves from a small town to a big glamour city. I did like it, but I didn't love it. I expected maybe to fall in love with the story a couple of years ago. I just felt like it was long and had good atmosphere, but like the characters and the murder mystery itself fell a bit flat. But there's something big coming in the story, because obviously I didn't think it was fantasy enough yet, but definitely more is coming. And there's like, it's a 4-book series, you know, so I expect like it gets more complex, etc. as we go on. And I did give it a 3. I didn't hate it or anything. I just like felt totally fine with it. I wasn't immersed, for example, like I was with Atlasics, which is clearly my new obsession. So that's not weird. But yeah, that concludes the 11/10 books I read for this. I mean, it would be 10/11, I guess. Here are the ones that I owned physically, which was 5 of them. Wait, I have a man and his cat now. Wait, I realized that with a new mic, I can talk to you while being really far away, because it's like on me. But I got a man and his cat, like my order came in. So I can put that in the pile. Wait, there's a lot of books over here, okay? I feel like it was like a good mix of things I own or not. Because like I borrowed the Hugo cabinet book, The Winter Garden, and Immortal Dark. And The Time I Got Drunk and So the Demon. I was just like, what have I read? Oh, and Duel with the Vampire one. Yeah, okay, but I borrowed a couple, some digitally, some physically. I enjoyed the mix of that. I want to shout out for the last part of this vlog that Gavin did recommend me The Perfect Poo by M.G. Edwards. And I already read that. First when he discovered it, I was going to say, many years ago. And it's about a woman who was in love with her poop. So I didn't reread it because some people recommended things I already read. And I got new recommendations for them. That concludes the 10th anniversary, 10 books/11 that I read, recommended from you guys. Thank you so much for your recommendations. Thank you so much for supporting me for 10 years. I'm gonna go and get Chai now. Another 10-year anniversary vlog is coming after this. I'm struggling a lot in that, so pray for me. But yeah, leave a celebratory emoji down below if you enjoyed this. You should see me soon in a new one. Bye!